Hello guys, I am Anik Mukhopadhyay as you know. Today I am back in discussing another very good problem of physics which is especially important for people who are preparing for competitive exams in India like IIT JEE and NEET. So without wasting much time, let us get straight into the question. Here it is told that there are two masses small point masses m which are connected to a ideal spring and the whole system is falling down. Now what do we have to find out? We have to find out the distance between the two masses as a function of time. So suppose if there was nothing happening, okay, like just two masses are given here, this is one mass, there is another mass, there is no extension, nothing, and the natural length of the spring is L0. So that means always their distance would be L0, distance equal to L0 always. But now what's the problem? It is told that the length of the spring is stretched till L. So that means just after this thing happened, its length increased by delta L, which is this increase in length. It was L minus L0. Now if you understand, if you have read SHM, it's even easier for you, that if there is an extension in the spring will get a restoring force so that it reverts back to its original position. And what would be the magnitude of the force? It would be the spring constant multiplied by delta x. Now how can we understand such a complicated thing? First of all, SHM is happening, we understand, and then the entire system is falling. So what can we do? So rather than panicking about the problem, let us try to approach the problem in a object oriented situation. Let me draw another diagram here. Yeah, this is a magic tool that helps me draw diagrams, or rather copy them. See, this entire system is free falling, right? So G, or rather 2mg, is a constant force throughout the system. और आप लोग जानते होंगे कि कांस्टेंट फोर्स से SHM का कोई रिलेशन नहीं होता, द टाइम पीरियड रिमेन्स सेम. सो as far as the time period and displacements are concerned, we can just assume this to be lying on a table. Suppose there is a table, here are our two masses and we have stretched it by L0 plus delta L. Now what would be the time period of the SHM? Let's see. First of all, you know, if two identical masses like this are connected, they are pushed or pulled by a little bit then released, they go on in an SHM which has the angular frequency of usually what's the equation of SHM? That A equal to minus omega square x, right? And if it was just a normal spring, omega would have been root over k by m, as long as I remember. Still let me see, kx equal to ma, so k by m, root over k by m should have been omega, yes. Now what would be the omega in this case? This would be k by mu. What is mu? Mu is the reduced mass. And if you remember the expression for reduced mass, it's m1 m2 by m1 plus m2. If you figured this out, this would come as m by 2. Okay, so our omega would be root over, not here m, k into 2 by m equal to root over 2k by m. So now we have found the omega. What do we have to find now? Let us scroll down. So now see, suppose you are sitting on the center of mass of the system. You are sitting beautifully in the center of mass of the system. Here you are, blue colored person. So very initially, okay, what would be your intuition that what's this length? This part of length without being stretched, it would be nothing but L0 by 2, because initially the entire was L, as both of the masses are identical. this side L naught by 2, that side L naught by 2. So what can you write as the length of the function of time? Suppose length as a function of time would be equal to L naught by 2, because that's what you see. And what would you see? That this one is doing an SHM. This one was doing an SHM with what? With omega equal to root over 2k by m, because the time period doesn't change on our basis of reference. So if it's doing SHM, what would happen? This would always do a delta L. This L naught by 2 is always constant here, plus something would be there due to SHM. Let us call that delta x. Okay, now this LT would be according to you. According to you. And where are you sitting? You are sitting on the center of mass. So basically this L naught by 2, this gives just the half of the picture, right? This L as a function of time just gives half of the picture. We need 2L of t, which would be equal to L naught plus 2 delta x. Now what's this 2 delta x? Let me scroll down. Oh my god, it's scrolling so slowly. So what would be the 2 delta x? Let us see. L naught plus delta L sine omega t plus phi. How did I write that? First of all, this 2 delta x, this is because of the SHM, right? And how does the SHM increase or decrease its length? Periodically, according to the equation. So this is the equation of the SHM. I wrote the equation of the SHM here. Equation of SHM here. But now you might know that this is an unknown. How would you understand? Well, we can find the unknown from the initial condition. Let us see. Initially, delta L was how much? Or rather, we should say delta x, the entire delta x part was how much? It was something like rather 2 delta x, because this is the entire picture, right? 2 delta x was L naught minus L, sorry, L minus L naught, final length minus initial length. So if the ultimate 2 delta x is L minus L naught, so this would be nothing but the amplitude. And when does this happen? It happens at t equal to 0, because if you read the question, initially the entire thing was stretched. So that means the SHM starts from the extreme position and not the mean position. If it starts from the extreme position, that means what would be its phase difference that would be added? Pi by 2, that is exactly correct. So psi equal to pi by 2. Why? SHM starts from mean position, not mean, extreme position. अगर mean position से शुरू होता फिर normally होता सब कुछ. Okay. Now we know this also. So what can we write? We can write our required answer 2 L of t equal to L plus delta L into sine omega t plus pi by 2. And if you remember from basic mathematics, this should be, again let me erase it. Okay, this would be cosine of omega t. Now why did I switch delta L with A? Because I told this delta L initial, which is the largest amount of displacement, this is nothing but amplitude. The largest displacement is an SHM, is always its amplitude, right? So it is now substituted by A, and what is our A? We just found out it is L minus L naught. So L, again sorry, I just did a small mistake. First of all these would be L0. Second, there would be a 2 added here and here. Why? Because, let me scroll up. I wrote here it was 2 delta x, and delta x is the SHM part. Here the delta x is coming from the SHM. So this would be delta x instead of 2 delta x. Those of you who were confused because I wrote delta x multiplied by 2, they were actually correct. It would be just delta x. So now let me again go back and try the problem. This would be 2, let me change the color, multiplied by, what is our L, sorry, what is our A, L minus L0, cosine of, what was our omega, root over of 2k by m t. So that gives us our length between the balls as a function of time equal to L0 plus twice of the amplitude, which is L minus L0, multiplied by cosine of the omega, which is this. If you see, this is nothing but our option A. I hope you guys understood the question and the solution. If you have any doubts, you can freely write that in the comments, or if any of you the viewers are in our Telegram group, you can ask there directly. And those of you who are curious, this question was taken from Critical Question Bank of a coaching institute in India known as Resonance Education, and this is mainly aimed at students who are trying for JEE Advanced examination, so, or even some of you who have ambitions for Olympiads also. So I hope you guys like this. As I told, like, share and subscribe, and tell me if you have any criticism about the video. We gladly accept it. Thank you. Goodbye.